Are you too young or too old to sing? If you've ever wondered about that question, you have to stay tuned. I get asked a lot of times, when can someone start taking voice lessons and when is it too late? Is there still hope when I'm 70 years old or so? And I want to just give you my point of view, my perspective on that. So what I think about starting voice lessons when you're really young, I think what's really important is more the musicianship than maybe the technical aspects of some of the singing when someone's really young. So let's say there's children, they just start singing. I think the best thing for them actually is to listen to good singing and not to do it themselves, because children learn by what they see and what they hear. So that is the best way for younger children. Let's say maybe up to the age of 8 or 9. This is the best way just to learn, listening and just doing it for fun, not thinking about it too much, just trying to imitate good habits that others may display. I think it really makes sense to take voice lessons once a child is very much aware of the body, including, the possibility to be very aware of what's happening in the vocal tract and to start really understanding the sensations that they're having. So that's why I don't think it makes a lot of sense to teach really young children. I don't know, I think the youngest I've taught was 12 or something like that. And that made sense, but it really depends on, how much awareness they have for their body. The most important thing is to really not overdo it. It's like muscles. That's why no young children don't really do weight training with heavy weights, because it's not really good for the muscles to overdo it. Not a good thing. You got to be very careful, otherwise you can hurt something. It's not all built out, it's not all, solidified. That's why on the voice too, you want to make sure you don't sing too much demanding repertoire. Which brings me to the next point. Let's talk about kind of young, teenagers, let's say like 13, 14, 15-year-olds. I think it's awesome to take voice lessons. However, I think you should pick repertoire that fits, first of all, the voice, and second of all, that you can connect to, because you can sing about some things, I think, that really pertain more to having lived quite for a while in all this, heartbreak in relationships. And I think some things are just not appropriate to sing for younger, if you're like just 13 or 14. I think you should pick something that you can truly connect to, something that you may say, the message. So that is just my opinion, because then I think it's very credible and believable. And when you perform, then I believe what you're singing. Otherwise, if you're singing about some of the stuff that's sung in pop songs about, oh, you broke my heart and it's been so many years and now I have more wisdom. It's like, you can't really sing that yet. So I think it's more fun to really sing songs that you can really connect to. Okay, so are you ever too old? I don't think you're ever too old to shape your voice. I've heard stories and I've experienced it in my studio here. I think my oldest student was about 75, or maybe he was older, I don't know, but he used to sing in a choir and he's still singing in a choir, but he found that he had lost some of his strength in the voice. And so what I did is we just did a few voice lessons and he got really back into shape. I mean, he had more control, his vibrato tightened up, just because I reminded him of, using those support muscles more, and he was reminded of a few things. Now, of course, he had been a singer and it was just a matter of him remembering things, but also it was a matter of retraining again, of gaining some strength. And while it is harder when you get older in life, this is the wonderful thing about being a human being. It never stops developing. I mean, there's always growth, and there can always, and we have found out in science even that It is not that all the nerve cells are built, created once you are born and then they start dying and deteriorating. That's not what it is. We found out that actually neurons, they still build, and nerve cells are still being built until we die. So it's called neuroplasticity. The connections happen a little slower, but you can still learn new things and new habits and still shape your body and strengthen your muscles, including your vocal cords and your support muscles. It can be done. It will take longer, it will take a lot more patience, but the good thing is when you're older, you're so much better at having a goal and just having a little bit more patience, because, I find that in my life when I was younger, I wanted something now. I kind of still have that, but I have gotten a lot more patient because my experience now in life tells me sometimes it's really beneficial. It's good to be patient and just wait, and good things will come if you work toward it and just keep the goal, right in front of you. Just keep chipping away every day a little bit, and then things will come to pass. So this is my take on if you're ever too young or too old to sing or to take voice lessons. I think it's never too early or too late. Just keep some of those things in mind. Just some food for thought. Thanks for watching. I hope you're going to be back next time. Do subscribe if you have not yet. And until next time, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing, no matter how old you are. Bye.